Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here, back with another video on the very best exercises ranked. So we did chest, we did back. I believe we did chest and back. And based on your votes, you wanted shoulders to be next. I got a lot of votes on shoulders, and up next is probably going to be between traps, triceps, biceps, whatever. Just vote below. All right, let's get straight to it. Trying to make this video as short as possible. All right, so again, keep in mind if it's your first time watching these videos. I'm using a simple criteria, which is if you could only pick one exercise for the rest of your life. The reason why I do it that way is because every exercise is good, right? Every shoulder exercise has its place in a workout program. But obviously you have opportunity costs, right? Meaning if the exercises that you actually perform towards the end of your workout are not going to be as effective as if you had performed them earlier, right? This is facts, mainly because of CNS fatigue and things like that. You're not going to be able to recruit the high threshold motor unit. So you obviously want to put the best exercises at the beginning of your program, of your workout routine, and then the other exercises at the end. So if you could only pick one exercise, what would it be? So that's the criteria I'm using. Okay. So when I say an exercise is bad or pure garbage, in the context of this video, it does not mean that it's a useless exercise. It just means if I could only pick one, it wouldn't be it. All right, let's get to it. All right, I'm gonna randomly pick them. All right, so let's start with front raises. Front raises, pure garbage, right? Pure garbage. Seated front raises. If I could only pick one exercise for the rest of my life for shoulders, it would not be the seated front raise. And it's very simple, right? And first of all, you're mainly targeting your front delts, which is already gonna get a lot of work from presses and benching and stuff like that. Yes, you're gonna get some side delt involvement depending on where how your pinky and your thumb is facing, but it's definitely not gonna be my my king of all exercises for shoulders if I could only pick one. Next, you got the side lateral leaning on the bench. I'm gonna put that one out okay, right? It's an okay exercise. Obviously, you guys know I love shoulders, right? I love shoulders and traps. So I've trained shoulders from every angle you could think about, right? I really, really wanted to bring them up when I started working out. So I tried every single movement. The side lateral leaning on the bench, yes, it's good, right? It's good at targeting the side delts. But it's not time efficient, right? You got to do one arm at a time. I feel like there are better alternatives. And also the benefit of leaning on the bench to kind of increase that tension. You can actually get that just from doing cables. So I'm just gonna put that okay. Next, front raise. I'm just gonna put that one at bad instead of pure garbage, right? That's the front raise with the barbell. Actually, no, I'm not gonna put it at bad. I'm gonna put it at okay. Why? Now, why am I putting this one at okay instead of pure garbage when I have the other one down there? Simply because you're also recruiting a lot of traps. Now, I know this is the video for shoulders, but you're recruiting a lot of traps when you're doing standing front barbell raises. You're using your front delts, your side delts, obviously, almost zero real delts, but just recruiting a little bit of your upper traps, which it helps with efficiency. So I'm gonna put that one at okay. The basic side lateral. This one I'm gonna put, believe it or not, I'm gonna put it at I'm gonna put it at okay, right? I feel like it's too overrated. Yes, the side delts is one of the most important has. I personally believe the real deltoid is more important than the side delt, but it's very hard to use the side delt without using the posterior delts at the same time. So, believe it or not, they both engage when you're doing side laterals or reverse pec deck stuff like that. But I think it's an overrated exercise simply because there's almost no fucking tension at the beginning of the movement. When you're doing dumbbell laterals, whether you're standing or seated, there's almost no tension at the bottom, right? It's only as you get closer to the mid range or to the top that you start to feel tension. So I feel like a lot of energy is wasted, a lot of time is wasted. So I'm gonna put it at okay. The better version is coming up. Anyway, next up, oh, there it is, right? Cable side laterals. I'm gonna put that one at fucking amazing, right? Cable side laterals. First, again, I'm recruiting my front delts, even though it's to the side. Depending on how you angle your thumb. I'm recruiting my side delt, and I have constant tension throughout the entire range of motion. You feel it. You could do side laterals with the dumbbells. You could crank out 40, 30 pounds, but on the cable, that shit will humble the fuck out of you, right? Uh, Great tension on the side delts and on the front delts as well. Next, you have the bent over reverse cable flies. I'm gonna put that one at fucking amazing. I absolutely love this exercise. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna put that fucking amazing. I love this exercise, whether you're doing the bent over or standing. Again, you're using a lot of posterior delts, which I believe is the most important head, followed by the side delt. But you're also getting some mid back involvement. You're also getting some traps. But as a matter of fact, you know what, guys? I'm gonna put that shit out. I'm about to nut. Yep, I'm putting that one at about to nut. I just love the exercise. It's just so much better than just the standard cable side lateral, right? And of course, don't get me wrong, the side lateral, you're also going to involve some upper trap, depending on how heavy you go. But just the bent over or standing reverse fly is such a better exercise for shoulders. And trust me, you do 5 sets of 20 or 5 sets of 15 on those or whatever rep range or scheme you want to do drop sets, super sets, I don't care. You're going to feel it all over your shoulders. Next up, the side. Actually, I'm gonna come back to that one in a minute. All right, bent over raises with the dumbbell. I'm gonna put that one at okay. All right, for the same reason, why I put the dumbbell side laterals at okay. Right, there's no tension in the beginning. It's only when you get to the mid range or the upper range that you get a lot of tension on your posterior delts, and it also targets your side delts. So I'm gonna put that one at okay. Next, you have the side laterals, but leaning to the side. Again, I'm gonna put that one also at okay. Yes, leaning to the side is gonna help put more tension on the side delts. Based off the angle of gravity. But again, it's not gonna be that fucking amazing. You're only hitting your side delts, a little bit of front delts, and a little bit of upper traps. Next, reverse pec deck. Fucking amazing, right? I normally don't put machine exercises that high, but boy, that exercise will fry the shit out of your posterior delts and your side delts. And obviously your mid backs, rhomboids a little bit, depending on your form. If you go really heavy and you start using momentum, or just going heavy in general, you're gonna recruit some rhomboids and mid traps. But again, it depends on how efficient you're trying to be. If you're trying to just isolate the real delts, fine, that works. If you're trying to use the real delts and the posterior chain, upper posterior chain, then that works as well. All right, next, let's see, face pull. I'm about to nut. This is one of the best. Again, like I said, I love training the posterior delts. So this is one of the best exercises out there. Not just for posterior delts, but you're also hitting your side delts. Believe it or not, you're also hitting your front delts because your arms are just elevated the whole time. You're not hitting them to a huge degree, but they're still being activated. And you're hitting your upper traps, and you're hitting your rhomboids and your mid traps. Great exercise overall. As far as efficiency goes, if I could only pick one exercise for shoulders, I definitely would not hesitate to pick the face pull. Next, the upright row, but this one with close grip. I'm gonna put that one. I know a lot of people are gonna hate this, man, but I'm gonna put that one at okay. Simply because, yes, you could use a lot of weight. You can recruit all the fibers that I mentioned, but a lot of people have shoulder issues, myself included, and this exercise just fucks me up. You guys know I have two very bad shoulder injuries, so I got to be very careful which exercises I pick. Um, and this one just fucks me up. It just fucks me up badly. But it's a great exercise. It's just that a lot of people get a lot of shoulder infringement using it. So I'm gonna put that one at okay. Now, the wide grip upright roll, believe it or not, I'm about to nut category, right? So to me, that is one of the best shoulder builders ever. Simply because one, it's easy on the delts, right? So you don't have to worry about the close grip, the issues with the close grip version. It's easy on the delts. It's hitting your side delts to an extreme degree. It's hitting your upper traps a lot. A lot of EMG studies also back that up. It's hitting your real delts if you bend over slightly, and it's doing a little bit of bicep. But again, we're not trying to hit bicep here. And it's also hitting a good portion of your mid back, right? It's a great exercise. Great exercise. It's just doing high volume on wide grip upright row. If you don't believe me, do high volume wide grip upright row and watch how you feel the next day. Your entire yoke is gonna get activated. So I definitely love this exercise. Um, Next, behind the neck press. I'm about to nut. That is my number one pressing movement of all time for shoulders by far. And I love this exercise so much that despite my shoulder pain, I still find a way to keep doing it. I lower the weight, go for high reps. Even when I take breaks from the gym and I get back, my shoulders hurt like hell because this injuries would just never go away. But I still find a way to get my behind the neck presses done. That movement has put so much mass on my shoulders, behind the neck, and I know it's very, very, it gets a bad rap, because people talk about, oh yeah, this and this and that. I feel like me too. The first time I did behind the neck presses, I'll be honest with you guys, it didn't feel natural. But that's just simply because I was never in that position, before, right? If you do them long enough, eventually they become natural, right? Now I do them and I barely feel any pain, except for the first few sets because of the injuries. But again, it's just, if your shoulders are super bad, I'm not telling you go out there and fight through the pain. It's just the exercise was so good that I could not remove it from my program. Now, when I write programs for clients, I don't put behind the neck press up there simply because I don't want you to fuck your shoulders up. One thing I learned after all these years of lifting is injuries are a fucking bitch, right? When you're young, you don't care about injuries, but when it starts to pile up, trust me, I wish I could go back in time. Like I have 90% of my body's injured. So when I write programs, I don't put behind the neck press for that purpose. I don't want people to fuck this shit up and be in my situation. But other than that, one of the best movements if performed correctly. Next, reverse flies. Again, fucking amazing, right? The first one was with the pack deck. This one is just with the cables. I'm gonna put that one in fucking amazing for the same reason as the other one. Recruits your side delts, your rear delts, a little bit of your front delts, um, and obviously your upper back and your mid back and rhomboids. Next, you have the trap bar shoulder press. This is actually a picture of me doing these years ago. I'm gonna put these at fucking amazing, right? For some reason, the trap bar overhead press feels so much better on the shoulders than the other variation. It's just a more natural movement, that neutral grip. Great, great, great exercise for shoulders. Next one is the standing military press. Again, fucking amazing. I love that exercise. If I could do only one movement, it'll definitely be up there. You're hitting, obviously, all has your shoulders, not, your posterior delts to a minor extent, but you're hitting your upper traps if you like at the top. Your core is engaged. I mean, it's just a great overall mass builder. Definitely, definitely love that exercise. Next up, you have the standing version. I will also put it at fucking amazing, right? Because you're actually using more stabilizer muscles than in the barbell variation. Next, you have the seated press. I'm gonna put that one. Believe it or not, I'm also gonna put it at fucking amazing. The seated shoulder press. Again, great movement. The only downside is that again, you're sitting down, so uh, you're not gonna get the same overall benefit as the standing military press, but it's still a fucking amazing exercise. I just can't put it at okay. It's too good. Next one, the Arnold press. I'm gonna put that one at okay, man. I feel like I'm not gonna say overrated because not a lot of people do it, but yes, you get a great burn in your shoulders, a lot of activation, but I feel like it's very hard to progressively overload. Now, of course, there are many ways to overload. I mentioned that in every video, but you can go really heavy on these, And sometimes I just want to get in and out the gym. I just want to, when I'm doing HSP training, I can't put that in a heavy portion of the routine because, again, how heavy can you go on Arnold presses? But it's still an okay exercise. Um, Next, you have the again basic seated dumbbell press. People love this exercise. I feel like it's overrated. I'm gonna put that one at okay. Right? It's again, I've done it a lot in the past. I feel like you get to a point where you're going so heavy that you waste so much energy, and risk injuries. Just trying to bring the dumbbells up. All right, so it's not worth it for me, in my opinion. It's a great exercise in the beginning, but as you get more and more advanced and you want to go heavier and heavier, which you don't have to. I made videos about that, but you don't have to go super heavy. But it's just an exercise that I wouldn't prioritize if I'm trying to just pick an overall mass builder for the H phase of HSP training. But again, it's not horrible. I'm just gonna put that okay. Next, you have the machine shoulder press. I don't think hammer strength makes that one. This one is different from the other machine presses because the angle actually changes as you go up. Not a lot of gyms have that, but it's a fucking amazing exercise. I'm gonna put it up here at fucking amazing. Not every gym has that. I think one gym when I visited Florida a few months back, one gym had that. Great feeling on your shoulders. Uh, I honestly wish every gym had it. And a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. As you bring your arms up, the angle actually changes inward, so it feels amazing at the top. The tension is always there. Great movement. Next, you have the basic shoulder press, hammer strength. I'm gonna put that one out okay. You know, it's not too special. Yes, you could put a lot of plates. It's easy to progressive overload and things like that. But I feel like it does too much of the work for you as far as stabilizing goes. Let's see. Next, you have the shitty ass machine presses, right? That you're pretty much gonna find at Planet Fitness. I'm gonna put that one at bad, man. If I could only use one exercise for the rest of my life for shoulders, it would not be this exercise. There's you have to go so heavy just to feel it on your shoulders. The machine does everything. This is like the grandpa machines. No offense to the grandpas out there. Next, you have the machine side lateral. Believe it or not, I'm gonna put that one at bad. That one is just my opinion. Everything else I'm trying to use facts. But this one is just my opinion because I personally do not feel my side delts for shit on this exercise. I feel a little bit more on my upper traps, no matter how hard I try to do it. I just want to pick that exercise as my number one, if I could only pick one. Next stop, you have the standing side lateral machine. Phil Heath loves this exercise. It's in almost all of his routines. But again, not every gym has that. I'm gonna put that one at okay. Right? It's okay. It's not fucking amazing. Like I said, it's very rare for me to put a machine up there. So far, I only put one. I only put three machine exercises up there. Actually, four. But yeah, it's alright. It's an alright exercise. It's not something I pick over the ones in the top two rows. And finally, you have what the fuck is this one? Oh yeah, it's the machine press. I'm gonna put that one also at. I want to put that one also okay. But yeah, that's it, guys. This is me ranking the best shoulder exercises of all time. If you could only pick one, right? That's the big if. I don't want to see you in my comment section saying, "Well, this exercise is pretty good." All exercises are fucking good, right? This is relative to if I could only pick one. That's it. Hope this video helps. Vote for the next topic. The muscles that I haven't done yet: biceps, triceps, I believe legs, traps, and stuff like that. All right, guys. See you in the comment section. Hit me up for coaching or HSP programs. I'm out of here. Oh, don't forget to like the video.